Hi, this is Ralphie Boy. Once again, take two. I think this may be take three, but we're making rum during the coronavirus stay-at-home quarantine rum. Anyway, good. Okay. Hey, my producer is really hard to work with. She's lovely Sasha, and she doesn't want to appear in this fiasco. But let's see, I think this is episode 3, and we're making rum with absolute bare necessities. Last time, I need to update you, we dissolved some basically brown sugar, panela, it's from Colombia, and then we measured how sweet it is using a hydrometer, and found out we were a little bit low, so we had to go back, add some more panela, dissolve it, and here we are again. So what we're going to do now is really not that exciting, but we're going to put this into another container that we can sort of seal up, get the big chunks out of there anyway, and the next stage will be the fermentation of this product. Well, there's what it looks like right now after adding like 3 more cones or 2 more cones of panela. Okay, so we need to put it in something that we can sort of seal up. Well, I mean, we could pour it through a funnel, I guess, but we're going to actually siphon it. If you've ever stolen gas, it's pretty much the same process, right? So you just stick her in to the gas tank, suck on it, and guess what? Gravity does the work. No problem. Drop down. Well, wouldn't you know? Dropped on the ground.
5 seconds.
That's too bad.
5 seconds.
I need a.
What do you
I'll
need?
hold it this time. There we are. Gravity's doing the job. I just need to hold this in place. No big deal. But we're going on to the next stage of fermentation. Yeah, we kind of clean this up. There's different ways you can do it. We try to be sanitary even in these days. I've wiped my hands down, of course.
Good.
Good. And you can get fancy sanitizers like this iodophor solution. A lot of people use that for making beer and wine. But that's all right. If you have to use bleach to sanitize things, yeah, you can do it. A lot of times, you don't have to, you use what's available, right? All right, right now, during this quarantine time, people are making bread because they have to. and one thing that's really hard to find was just regular old baking yeast, of all things. We tried several times to get some. I had to send for this stupid little package from Amazon. So better keep an eye on. And anyway, after 4 or 5 days, it came. Other people, oh, you can get as fancy as you want. There's actually Turbo Alcotec. It's rum yeast. I'm guessing it's exactly the same thing as we make bread with. And I think that's going to be just fine. After all, this is quarantine rum. We don't want to get too fancy here. And so we're still siphoning. Eventually we'll kind of put a stopper on that and minimize the amount of air that gets in it. The yeast will do its job. Like I said before, the old name for yeast, before we knew it was actually a living organism, was God is good. And people used to, that was the name. They, in Belgium, many years ago, they knew that it worked. And recently they discovered that they could take spider webs, cobwebs, and in the spring, well, they would fill up with yeast that's floating around in the air. They could add them right to the to their wine or their beer, in this case rum, and it would take off and start fermenting. That's the next stage. And as soon as I'm done siphoning here, okay, so our siphoning has stopped, and we've got some kind of disgusting looking stuff in there. That's why we try to siphon off the top part, and wash that up later. I know somebody could do that. And anyway, the next thing really is just to have the God is good, and we'll do that. No big deal. We just pour it in. Sometimes people ask, oh, am I going to get sick from this? It all goes into the still, gets distilled off into a bunch of rum. Well, a bunch will only yield, my still only holds about a gallon, and we'd be lucky if we get a quart of final product, some good tasting rum. Put a stopper in that. I don't even have an airlock. I mean, if we were professionals, we'd have a little thing on here that would let the gases come out, because as the yeast consumes the sugars, it gives off CO2. No big deal. That's what you want. So we're doing this in a different kind of way during this little virus episode. I just put a piece of tape over it loosely, or a bag, maybe a plastic bag, and then put it inside. Try to keep it about room temperature, and tomorrow or so, hopefully it'll start foaming up and looking really disgusting. That's what we're after. Perfect.